Hello, good morning, everybody. Hello, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's your day been going? Hope everything is fine. Today we have a lot of news that we need to dissect. We have news to dissect on Scientology, and it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very, very interesting. So, um, like I always say, please like, subscribe, and share the video. And if you're watching on the replay, put in a comment. So let me share. Let me share. Let me share. Just bear with me. Let me share. Let me share the video. All right. So today we'll be talking about Scientology secret contracts, and it was exposed by. It was written by the underground bunkers, but actually exposed by Tom De Vocht. So we'll go into the story. Um, we'll go into the story right now. Um, so in the underground bunker, um, it's titled Tom De Vocht takes on Scientology's draconian confidentiality contract. So it is in the startup world, you're constantly navigating NDAs. So what NDA means is non-disclosure agreements, and it's a legal document. Most time it's binding. Other times the court has found that the NDA are non-binding. So it frees you to talk about, either the company or the organization. So that's what NDA means, non-disclosures agreement. And I've gotten pretty good at spotting unforceable language. So the guy is saying that within the NDA, there are unenforceable languages that are within it that no court of law would, uphold. This one, it's not just unenforceable, it's downright stupid. I had to check this twice to make sure it wasn't written by Voldemort legal teams. Spoiler alert. This thing is not enforceable unless you're trying to enforce it in the Middle Earth under the law of the Mordors. So it's saying that with the laws in our book, this law is unenforceable unless you're trying to enforce it in the Dark Age. Um, just hold on a minute. Um, hold on. Um, let me There's a lot of things open in my computer. Okay, well, let's break it down. So, this is what is contained in the contract. I pledge eternal service to the Scientology faith. Wow, that's a pretty big ask for a group that gives you room and board in exchange for 80 hours work a week and spiritual lecture that cost more than a semester at Yale. I've had a gym membership that was easier to cancel, and those guys are relentless. I waived my First Amendment right. Gosh. So within the contract, anybody signing those contracts is waiving his First Amendment right. This is unconscionable. You're just gonna waive your First Amendment like that? It's a timeshare in Reno. You can't waive your constitutional right in a contract. This is like signing a rental agreement and agreeing to not breathe in the apartment. Not how it works. Tom Cruise or David Miscavige. No statements about Scientology ever in any form to anyone, even after death. So he's saying that you give no statement about Scientology ever in any form to anyone, even after death. So now this explains why a lot of Scientology do not interact with the protesters when they are asked simple question. So it's part and parcel of their contract. So this also means that some of the protesters that have gotten to interact with the members of the cult of Scientology have already broken the contract. So when a contract is broken, there are penalties. I wonder what the penalties for those that have interacted cordially with the protesters. I wonder what that is. Seriously, this thing has more gag order than a magician union. You can't talk to journalists, write a book, post on TikTok, or whisper to your cat. I think you've I think you've even banned from mountain help me in Morse code while blinking. Mhm. Liquidated damages. All right. So this is the punishment. Liquidated damages. $20,000 per breach. Oh my goodness. So this is simply saying that when you make statement about Scientology, each time for Scientologists, each time you make a statement to anybody outside of Scientology, you've defaulted, and your penalties is $20,000 per breach. This sounds ridiculous and unbelievable. So if you say, yeah, it's kind of weird at a party, boom, 20 gram. I didn't like the food, another 20. They made me sign a wacky contract. You are now in for a 60 grand and a handwritten apology to L. Ron Hubbard Ghost. In perpetuity, This phrase show up more than Xenu in a sci-fi fever dream. Perpetuity means forever, like diamonds. Uh, that one weird uncle who always show up at Thanksgiving. You know what else try to last in perpetuity? Blockbuster video. You can talk to critics, lawyer, or people with questions. This contract really said snitches don't just get snitch stitches. They get injunction and internal spiritual consequences. I mean, this thing doesn't want you talking to anyone except maybe a house plan, and only if it been vetted by the church security. We get injunctive relief without telling you. They want you they want to sue you without notice. So you are just out living your life, buying almond milk at Trader Joe, and bam, you are in contempt of court for telling your mom you used to work there. I agree this is not a penalty. Oh, oh well then, as long as you say the $20,000 fine percentage isn't penalty, that magically makes it legal. That's like robbing a bank and yelling, "This isn't a crime, it's a performance act." I've read this through and signed willingly. This is another section of the contract. Sure, just like I thought sure, just like I thoroughly read the Apple terms and condition before clicking accept. Except Apple doesn't ask for my soul, my silence, and my First Amendment right. Just my data and my last shred of privacy. Fair trade. So this is the vetted. This contract is so unenforceable. It should be printed on a toilet paper. I thought as much. I thought as much. The contract should be printed on a toilet paper. It tries to muzzle you for life, make you pay monopoly money for speaking out, and acts like the U.S. Constitution is just a suggestion. So next time someone hands you a document like this, tell them what I tell any cult scammer or cable providers this day. Thank you, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep my rights, my voice, and my sanity. You can keep your room and board. Thanks, thanks to Tony Ortega for bringing this up. It's an eye opening uh, article that an organization or cult or even a private individual will conjure up that kind of an agreement, that kind of an NDA, that kind of a contract to a fellow human being to entrap them in perpetuity. It's unconscionable. And in my own opinion, I believe it's the right time that the justice systems look into deeply take a fresh look into those NDA and declare it unconstitutional so people can be free of this bondage. The fear of that contract, I believe, has been keeping a lot of people from going out of Scientology. You know, the fear of the freeloader debt is there, though unenforceable, but that fear is still there. The fear of moving out from your comfort zone. People have been in the cult of Scientology for decades. They don't know any other thing other than Scientology. They don't know how the outside world operate, and the fear of leaving their comfort zone and coming into the real world to find opportunity. It's scary for them. That's why I always say it's good to be um, um, when interacting with those people still in the cult of Scientology, it's always good to show them love, you know, because a lot of things is going on in their mind. Show them love, give them hope, tell them there is always a way out from their predicaments. Um, and I want to always give thanks to the ex Scientology protesters. They have been giving us, educating us, and enlightening us about how Scientology works. I will always be grateful to them. Um, People like Ross in the UK, people like Lara, people like Nora, um, people like a lot of them, Sarge, man, you guys are doing an exceptional work educating us. They have never been in Scientology. Ah, Affle, hi Affle. Welcome in. Thanks for being here with me. And for every other person that is going to watch the replay, please put in a comment. What do you think about this contract? What do you think about the NDAs within the contract? What do you, if you think that the justice system should take a fresh look into these contracts and for once declare it unconstitutional so that people will have their freedom. You know, those contracts are, it's unenforceable and nobody in their right mind would ever sign it except you are in duress. Except you are in duress. You can just sign your life, your liberty, and your constitutional right away just like that. So until the next time, we'll see. Keep keeping up and keep spreading the word. When you are protesting, always be kind to those guys that are in Scientology. You know, kindness goes a long way. Until I see you next time, have a wonderful day.